ultimately, that's it, Stu. It all brings us to the point where, unfortunately, we've got 7 games left, and there's not really a lot to play for. But there are still games to look forward to, of course. Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Everton away in the penultimate game at Goodison Park. And there's still, from a personal point of view, there's clearly things that players will want to prove. And I guess that the staff, people behind the scenes, will start thinking about how they're going to approach the Championship next season.
Yeah. A few points there. Certainly, it's going to be difficult probably from a fan's point of view to try and savour these last few games now with nothing on them. But we waited 22 years to get to this level to play these type of opponents. Who knows? There might be they've beaten Chelsea once this season. They've won at Spurs. Who knows? There might be another result out of nowhere that we're not expecting to host Arsenal coming up, who are going to have just come back from playing Real Madrid away in the Champions League. Could you catch them at the right time? Who knows? Ultimately, if there is any good results, big results along the way, it's probably not going to count for anything now. But try and savour what's left of this long-awaited Premier League season. As I've said many times, I've never kind of understood this mentality of can't wait to get back to the Championship, hate the Premier League. I won't miss VAR. That again, there was 2 goals at the weekend that they seem to take an absolute age to make a decision on for onside. They showed some really ridiculous angles on the replays, which I didn't think really proved a great deal. Everyone in the stadium has no idea what's going on. Yes, they might get 1 or 2 decisions more right over the piece, but is the trade-off worth it for that confusion and the delays and all that sort of stuff? Not for me. I kind of knew I wasn't really going to like VAR going into this season, and that's been the case. But we'll get more games, more midweek action, but the goal has got to get back to the Premier League as quick as possible, and to try and the club's obviously longer term aim under these owners is to become an established Premier League club, and there's been plenty of examples of clubs that have been able to do that in recent years. It seems that the football's landscape is that's getting harder and harder year on year, and that's not good for the game, I don't think, if we're going to get into this kind of cycle of promoted teams going back down. But we'll see what these next few weeks has in store, and how Kieran McKenna approaches it. Actually, I'm sure we're going to have plenty of debates on this podcast as to who he picks, whether he starts having half an eye on next season and phasing out loan players and playing players that are definitely going to be here. And if Delap's going to be off, do you start thinking about things like that? It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. All that ahead of us, Stu. All that content to come. Debates to be had. Let's not go too early.